All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Odd Taxi, episode 13.
This is the finale.
Oh,
Aha.
boy, we will finally get the answer to the question that is, like, basically confirmed at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm really excited. The show has been a stellar journey thus far.
Yep.
The entire thing feels like we're building up towards a tight little bow that will be tied at the very end. The last episode really resolved a lot of specific open-ended plot lines and character decisions, and now we're headed towards basically stopping the bad guys.
Right.
Yano is in a car chase with Odokawa. Odokawa is gonna do his best to get out of this, but there's some worries potentially there.
Yep.
The Daimon brothers have reunited. There is going to be some reconciliation, but Big Daimon is, he's gonna be arrested.
He's gonna be arrested, but first they're gonna get the bad guys.
Yeah, and
love it.
I mean, I want so many things to come, like, crashing back together. I want the stuff going on with Goriki to be brought into the fold as well. I would love to have, like, characters that have kind of had their stuff generally kind of resolved also, like, come in, like, clutch in specific ways.
Shirakawa comes back with her jujitsu.
Yeah, or even, like, Imai like, like, doing something. But, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. All right, everyone, now be sure to go check out the reaction portion of the video in the description below, then come back here for the discussion. Wow, what a fantastic show.
Yep.
What an incredible season. And potentially first season.
So
this ended with a very strong cliffhanger that apparently, after doing a little bit of research, leads into a movie that's
going to be
out
a direct
this
continuation, like right after where this left off. Which I
thought this was just a one and done, original anime series, and apparently it's just
the
so
killer's
popular
still out there.
They're like, oh yeah, well, we'll continue it.
I love how this mystery ended up going because, like, the whole thing of Otakawa's health issue, right? That is a fantastic way to make it so that there's misinformation in what we get.
Yeah.
The whole idea that no, he did not give a taxi ride to the victim. He gave a taxi ride to the killer. Right? So he is a loose end. Okay.
And also it's something where he might have clued into this, maybe, but the maybe a little bit of the fear side of things kept him from, looking into it with his own, like, big brain, as he is a pretty smart, observant individual.
Yeah.
But holy shit. So Sakura is the killer.
Yep.
She targeted Mitsuya specifically to get into Mystery Kiss.
Yeah, and the thing is I'm not sure if she knew that it would necessarily result in her getting to Mystery Kiss.
No,
but at the very least, as a revenge because you're the reason why they didn't need me.
Right. I think, though, that she knew there was a chance that she would get in. I think she knew that there was a very decent chance if she, like, very specifically went after the manager to be like, hey, I really want in. I really need a gig or something. And he's like, well, actually, something just opened up.
Right, or even if she, like, doesn't do that afterwards, the fact, to, like, not seem suspicious or something.
Because she had done it before.
You're right.
She was hounding him before to be like, hey.
Exactly.
So all he needs to do is just think on his feet and go, shit, well, I can't just tell everyone that she's dead, because I shouldn't know that yet.
Yep. And that's probably why she also killed her at that building, like in the office. Like, the fact that she knew she was there meant that she was probably in contact with the victim before she killed her for a bit, which also means that it might have been pretty easy to pin it on Rui because who knows what they would have talked about. But if she knew that she was going to be there, then that means she probably knew that she was meeting with Rui, and the situation that Rui might have motive and things like that. And,
God.
Okay.
The actual, like, psychopath of this kid, though, to, like, go through with this and just casually talk about it so...
With Mom.
So excitedly with Mom. Yeah, I can't wait to meet Mom.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
we got that bit of seeing her in the backstory and stuff, and that was rough. right? The whole thing of, okay, yeah, she's not wanting to be a burden on her mom. Hey, no, I haven't had dinner, but it's fine. I know you just got back from work. You probably don't have time. But the mom is really trying to do everything that she can to provide for her daughter, right?
Yeah.
No, it's fine. And while I'm at it, I'll make your lunch, right? It'll be 2 birds with 1 stone, right? It'll be fine. But then
what the verb for that phrase is?
Killing.
Kill.
Yeah. Yep.
But so y'all, we have to check out this trailer though. Apparently the movie was announced literally over Christmas, and they released a trailer for this. And since it's going to be a canon direct continuation of the series,
we can't leave things
just can't
off
leave things
with
off like
that
that. So
kind
we're
of
going
a
to check
cliffhanger.
out the trailer right now.
Yep.
So that's just a thing. Yeah.
Right.
クリスマス。あの日って12月25日だったのか。
Yeah.
最低のメリークリスマスだな。いや、そうでもないのか。
Yeah.
最初
Only 2
Okay.
now.
最初だよ。一連の事件のって言われてもな。
So it's basically just a
そもそも
visual,
の始まりは
like-
10月4日だろ。それに関しては本当に覚えて
just a
ないんだ
visual recap of the show.
Yeah.
俺的にはあの辺から何かが来るって言った感
Whoa,
じ。
okay. Oh,
そ
here
ろそ
we
ろいい
go.
か。疲れたって本当にマジで。
Going back. Yep.
映画「オッドタクシー・イン・ザ・ウッズ」2022年4月1日公開。
All right. Wow.
まだやんの？
Okay,
All right.
so that
basically
trailer
just
doesn't
an
really do anything.
announcement that it's happening. This is when it's coming out, which is cool because April 1st is my birthday, so it's nice,
Yeah,
like a nice little.
But it's going to be probably just available in Japan, so we'll see.
That's
We'll see
true.
how that whole
Yeah,
distribution side of things works. Classic.
Year and a half later, hey, now you can watch
anime
it.
movies and all that. Okay, but this show has effectively wrapped up almost every single character arc and plot line.
I loved
in
how
a
this
nice,
episode
clean
touched
way.
on them all. Like
They all had a reason to be inspired or shaken out of their stupor.
Yep.
With the taxi, the odd taxi flying through the sky into the bay. That's such a powerful bit because many of them were in really low situations.
Yep. And for some of them, no, it was something as simple as a taxi. Hey, I'm lucky. Maybe I'll go viral again.
Yeah. But all of them feeling really down.
Yep.
And Odokawa also in a bit of a daze, thinking about what, brought him here, thinking about his past.
I love that this is because
And this was it. Yeah, this
with
was
the
what
whole
rebooted him. Yeah.
Yep, this is what rebooted him. Like the idea that this is what it was. Okay, cool. Yeah, he sees people as animals, right?
Yeah.
That's something that we had started to clue into, before
a long time ago.
Before now, yeah. But the way they showed it, the way they made it, like sold us on the emotion of why it ended up happening, not just that it ended up happening, right? I loved that.
It's really powerful.
Yep, but then also giving us the coming full circle, I guess, of him getting better, right? And yeah, it's by, having a crazy series of events happening that lead you to almost dying.
Yep. Again.
Yep. Yeah. Shirakawa, way to go.
Shirakawa broke her leg trying to get
the door open. Yeah,
and then she swam up with him all the way to the top. Shirakawa's
she's a
legend.
badass. Yeah.
I mean, in a really powerful way here, that shows the care that she has for him because of what they experienced together, through the whole Dobu escapade.
Yep.
So it's really special. Yeah. It's really special. But then also Goreki getting her to that spot.
Yep.
Which, saved his life. So Goreki also saved his life in that regard.
It's one of those things of like the feeling of the city. I feel like it was done very, very nicely.
Right.
And how all of these characters, some of them come from really shitty places, right? Like
just really different places.
Yeah, just really different places.
To each other, really.
Yep. But you know what, Otakawa? You got some good people looking out for you.
You do. And you kind of also loosely connected all of them in this final moment here.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. They all saw you. And and it like woke them up.
Saved some of their lives.
Yeah. maybe one of them lives maybe
in
shouldn't
particular
have been saved. Because she was there. She was watching as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah.
The fact that they did the whole thing of the killer's still out there.
Mm-hmm. Like,
damn it.
Like
it worked so well.
Not only the idea of the cliffhanger with her getting into the taxi, but literally the here's the killer. She got away with it. Or did she? Did she? Because Odokawa was like, wait a minute.
Hold on.
And he remembered.
Maybe I should go to the police with that.
I should go to the police with that. Yeah.
And when, she got into his taxi there, she found him in the woods. That felt like it might have been
a setup.
Because the fact that she was like, oh, it was a total coincidence that I found him again.
Yeah. I think what they're setting up here is the idea that the simplest part of the plot will be that the Daimons, or specifically Little Daimon, is working with him, and he's like, okay, well, we can't do anything because we don't really have proof necessarily.
Right.
But if you can, pick her up in your taxi and get her to confess, maybe.
Right. Or do or exactly.
Record her,
Yep.
You're doing something there. Now she's probably not dumb enough to do that.
And and if she does, it's probably because she's going to try and kill you or something.
But yeah, we'll follow you.
Yeah. Now, thankfully, I feel like unless she has an actual weapon, Otakawa doesn't really have to worry because she probably won't be able to physically strangle him even if she got the jump on him and had a rope,
No, of course not. No, I think she's more just making sure that her coverage, her trail is really
And
cold.
if the pen was hers and it was a recording device maybe the entire time, or at the very least, like, now we know why she put the phone in the taxi, right? Because it's like, oh yeah, I want to know what they're talking about. Not because I'm worried about myself because someone disappeared. No, but because I want to know what they know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, no, it's so obvious. And yet they did a really good job of covering it up.
They did. They did.
Because like the simplest solution of yes, it's Rui, right? Well, that was almost what it was.
Almost.
But not quite.
Close. Yeah, it's the idea that the reason and motivation the motive basically was very similar to Nikaido's basically.
Right. Like,
so we just should have looked at the fact that Nikaido doesn't actually benefit the most from her death.
And that's the thing that
actually the most is the one that takes her spot.
Right. Like, and that's one of the things that trips me up about like whodunits and mysteries and things like that a lot of the time is because generally you can look at who benefits the most and that's a pretty clear way to know who did it, unless there's almost like too much obfuscation in my mind.
There's too many people that benefit. Like everyone wanted this person dead.
Or like you don't accurately showcase what the person actually wanted until the very end, so that you give the motive at the end, and then it's like, well, okay,
Sure.
I couldn't have necessarily figured that out from the beginning. But in this case, it's something where she did benefit the most, but the way they made it not immediately obvious is because how could she have possibly coordinated something like that? This was a happy accident, right? And one, we don't even realize that she's actually not the real person that's there in the first place, for most of the show. Yeah. But even if we did figure that out, it's someone else replaces her. Cool. That's what they're doing to cover their own asses. How would she know that they would do something like that? Right?
Right. Well, and it's like, the idol industry is very cutthroat, as they say. And they need those specific people, especially when they're about to release a CD. Right. So there was a lot of really, really subtle but specifically placed things to inform us that the mystery kiss plotline was a huge deal for the story. So that when it's revealed, basically, that there was a swap, that's not Mitsuya. And we had very quickly started to clue in that there was something wrong, basically, within the whole idea of mystery kiss. It still took a bit of time for us to fully unpack what was going on, because also Odokawa had the idea of, I interacted with two very different people. So Odokawa is already aware of the swap that happened, basically, but he doesn't realize that the reason for it being a swap is that there's two people that are different. It's just that for some reason they were calling them the same name.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's, that doesn't sit right with my perceptions.
Right. He gives a lot of taxi rides, so he's not necessarily thinking about all of that, right? But then on top of it, for us, the audience, since we're seeing things through Odokawa's perspective of the different people as the animals and things like that, he doesn't realize that, and we don't realize that, no. It wasn't actually the victim that you gave the taxi ride to, right?
Yeah, of course. But so now story's over, effectively. The main arc of the story and a lot of the other side characters' arcs have concluded. They've all hit their points where they're bouncing back from the bottom and going to reset. Even the Homo sapiens are reuniting.
Yep. Even Tanaka got to get a job back.
Yeah, Tanaka got to have a job back. He deleted Zuden off of his phone.
Yep.
It's really exciting. We even have Kabazawa. Kabazawa. Yeah. He's looking for a real job now.
Yep.
That's exciting. Goriki and Shirakawa are seeing patients again. What else is going on? Imai is going to visit Nikaido in jail and decide whether or not he wants to continue supporting her.
Yep.
That's a very, very interesting aspect of things there. And I love that he kind of did the whole thing of, I believe her that she didn't do this as part of it, but also the thing of, but I'm going to judge whether or not I'm going to support her.
Yeah, even if it was something where she didn't kill her, but she hid the body, that's potentially,
Yeah. But the idea also that Imai was like, no, you can have this money, figure out a thing to do with it.
Yep.
Then the tie-in of, who helped me all this time? Well, my landlady. Well, who would have helped my landlady helped me?
Right.
Well, there was a foundation that was funding her. Well, who runs that foundation? Holy shit, it's the mob boss. Holy shit, it's the Yakuza boss. It's Dobu's actual boss. What the hell?
And,
That's awesome. And then the idea that this guy who, he's not necessarily the greatest moral person in
but
that
he does
regard.
have a rule, don't kill people.
Yeah, and his stuff that he was maybe primarily focusing his money on, using it for
was philanthropic.
Which is like, whoa, that's rather interesting. Okay. Yeah. I loved the final scene with him and Odokawa.
That was great.
They're in, of course, the sauna.
Yep.
Just, having their naked vulnerability where there's no masks on. They're very...
For a second, I thought that it was going to be the same joke again of that he had the Bluetooth.
You can't have Bluetooth stuff in a sauna. Like, that's way too hot for, like...
Yeah, I guess the previous time when he had it, it was like, it wasn't actually, like, in the sauna. It was, like, outside. They were...
Oh, no, it was outside. It was it was in the massage chairs, it looked like.
Right. Yeah. But, okay. I also got to say, I love that we saw pretty much all of the characters' actual designs, you know?
Yes.
I'm not sure if we saw Shiho. It looked like she might have been the person that was at Goriki's clinic.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily
her. That could have just been a shot to show that Goriki's clinic is running again, which great.
I loved Yano's design, though.
Yano's design
as a human.
It's like, of course, you see him as a porcupine.
So perfect.
Yeah.
He actually looks like a porcupine. Dobu, though, holy shit.
Yep.
That's just... Yeah, I understand completely why you'd seem like that. But then I love
Little Daimon
popping the joke that only works on family relatives.
Right.
And just kind of being like, I shot you. I got in trouble for that. But we got your gang, so it kind of evens out.
It's a win in my book.
Yeah. But, like, Yano specifically, just... He looks like, I'm going to prison.
Yep.
But I'm going to make the best, like, single in prison y'all have ever seen.
I'm going to link my SoundCloud, and it's going to be great. And we even got to see the manager.
Yeah, the manager looked great. Imai looked like also just wonderful as well.
Yeah, adorable, like, young kid that absolutely would get obsessed with an idol group.
Yeah. Oh, I also loved the little random thing of, I think it was the Homo sapiens doing the little TV show gag thing.
Oh yeah, maybe that wasn't them.
I think that is them. Yeah, it said like comedy duo tries to survive in the subs here. Comedy duos compete to survive.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. So that was.
Oh, this is Bono Illumination. Okay. I mean, it totally could.
Well, because one of them might have been the stouter one that wasn't the straight man.
Yeah, that was what's his name?
Yeah, so many characters in this show.
So many characters and so many notes. Shibagaki, yeah.
Shibagaki.
That might have been Shibagaki.
That might have been Shibagaki, and then maybe the other person was like someone from a different duo. Sure. And then they're competing against each other, not just against themselves, you know?
Yeah. I also love that then the restaurants got that little moment where they're reserved for the day. Yep. They end up hosting who goes to the restaurant? I'm trying to see. There's a little scene here. Where is it? Oh, maybe there isn't one.
But yeah, even like Kakitani or Kakiana gets a job and is working to pay off his debts and everything, and it's just I love it.
Yeah. But yeah, the emotional power and visual presentation of Odokawa's hard, raw, brutal backstory. The idea that we basically just started off with that. There's no pretense about, them being animals even remotely in the backstory. It's very obvious. He was bullied by teachers and students alike.
Yep.
The walrus thing was something that they would call him based on the way that he acted.
Yep.
And then he wishes he was a walrus.
And his mom was abusive and all sorts of stuff. And
his dad was never around.
But even just the fact that he just gave him a book with animals.
Yeah, and took him on little drives to the zoo.
Where he
leave him
at the zoo.
God. Oh my God.
Yeah, and with seeing all of that at the beginning of the episode where it's like, oh shit, yeah, like Otakawa, he's had a rough life. And then at the end where we get to see Otakawa with where he is, not at the very end with a murderer getting into his taxi, but
for sure.
with all the friends that he has, it's like, yeah. You did okay, dude.
Okay, they had a little thing basically saying that Donraku stepped down from the judges panel.
Right.
Basically, that's the final bit for his character. But I loved the subtle little bits for the Mystery Kiss members to kind of sneak in and sandwich in between them the stuff for Sakura. So Shiho, we saw that she got bullied as well because other people saw her as being poor. But then we see, we see Sakura looking over the water.
Right.
Very much probably thinking about like
that she killed somebody.
I killed somebody. And I'm still reeling from that.
And
then,
she doesn't yet know if she's going to get away with it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And then mom's like, hey, have you eaten? It's like, not yet, but you must be tired from work, right? And it's just like, yeah. Yeah, but I don't want fried chicken, though. It's like,
that's fine.
Thank you. Someone whose dreams were shattered, you look radiant to me. Oh. And it's just like...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, then she says this here. She's like, you only get one go-around in life. You gotta do whatever it takes to make your dreams come true. And it's
I'm sorry.
It's a thing where there's a lot of times where you can see characters that will get influenced, I would say, quite a bit from the slightest little comment or what have you.
Yeah.
But the idea that she echoes this sentiment of doing whatever it takes multiple times.
Yep. And I almost wonder, like, after this, I'm going to go back and check. But in the episode where one of the Mystery Kiss members mentions that, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Rui had killed somebody. Was that Shiho or was that Sakura? Because if it was Sakura, then it's like, was she trying to specifically, like, point people in her direction?
Oh, what scene was that in? Like
it was.
I can't remember. What was the context?
I don't remember who it was that she was talking to. Maybe it was like, it wouldn't have been Amai. Maybe it was, Baba. But I don't know.
No, that doesn't.
Yeah,
doesn't sound right.
But it was at a point.
Yeah, we'll have to rewatch the show. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I can only imagine how much like foreshadowing and little details and stuff are there that we missed, even though we thought about the whole thing of of Odokawa seeing everybody as animals, you know, like a while ago.
Yeah, there's so many other little things hinted at and done consistently.
Especially with how just snappy and fast all the dialogue is.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But okay, we get a happy ending for literally
basically everyone.
And then we get the reveal of the murderer, the actual murderer just stepped into your taxi, Otakawa.
Yep.
What are you gonna do with this? I want to say that I think he knows that it's her, and I think so he wants to basically see if he can give her a shot, because I think that on some level, you know, she is young, so the sentence would be lighter, but it's still premeditated murder.
Yep.
Like it's not involuntary.
Oh no.
You know, manslaughter kind of thing.
Right.
This is going to be the murder in the first degree. You know, basically. Yep. So. They might get her for maybe like a, some kind of
try her as a minor, you know, or something. Who knows,
or basically something
I don't know how the law
where
in Japan works,
where her mother might get dragged into this, in that her mother maybe encouraged her to do it.
Oh sure, yeah,
you know,
yeah,
do whatever
as potentially I mean, she didn't directly help, but
but I don't know whether or not she's the kind of person that would throw her mother under the bus in that regard.
Well, yeah, but also, I mean, there's just the fact that she's thinking of killing again. Right.
Well, that's the thing. Do you think she's really thinking she'll kill Otakawa? Because I don't think.
No, I wasn't thinking Otakawa. I was thinking Shiho.
Right.
Maybe I'll lose another. You know.
Yes. Okay.
Like that's,
okay.
And
right.
that's, by the way, that's the no. Take your chips and leave. Right. Don't cut your losses. You know, you did, in a dark way, you did great. Don't try and double dip like that. There is no way that would turn out well for you, right? If not for the fact that Rui ended up, you know, getting blamed for it, right? Because of hiding the body and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You absolutely probably would have been found out. Because again, you're the one who benefits the most, you know. Yeah. So, yeah.
But yeah, this show gave us so much good stuff. We have a full finale here. Everyone gets touched upon, and I'm extremely satisfied.
Oh yeah,
I want to tell so many people about this story now.
Even though, and the thing is that having a cliffhanger like that at the end, a stinger, that is something that can totally backfire and make it be like, no, you can't end it there, right? Like, and actually become a negative thing. Even though
because of the scene with Odokawa in the hospital bed, it's actually not fully a cliffhanger.
Right. I feel like even if there wasn't any material after that, I would still be like, come on, you can't do that. But you know, I feel like I have a sense of how it would go.
Sure.
But so this show has been an absolute ride.
Yeah.
And I love it.
An odd one, but I take it again. I'd pay that fare again.
Yeah. A bit taxing at points.
Sure. Yeah. But all right, y'all. I don't know what to say, but this show did it. The show did it. It stuck the landing so well and gave us basically another gem of an anime to just kind of put into our pockets and be like, hey, if anyone comes asking for a good anime, we'll have this one ready and available to be like, hey, check this one out. Check this one out. Because this goes up in my mind with the kind of the Bakanos of the world. The ones that are not necessarily ones that everyone's going to like, but the things that are very, very rewarding to watch. And in some ways, I like this like more than Bakano, like in a lot of ways, because it's just
really
so
special.
well presented.
And I gotta say, because I know that a lot of people will probably watch this and be like, ooh, the best thing about this is like the twist or whatever. The twist is fantastic, right? And the way they did it is amazing, but it's the characters and everything that goes around with it. It's the fact that the twist... It's the comedy. It's the fact that the twist is so well foreshadowed that it isn't... Because like this very much changed... When you say everything you've been watching is a lie, basically, right? Like, or not quite right. That's very hard to pull off. And damn, this show did it.
Yeah, and in some ways, they were telling us immediately. Like, the very premise of the story is based upon that, and they also immediately kind of debunk it in the first episode.
Right.
Like it's so incredible how much, because they have the visual medium of anime to work with us here, we are readily excited for the idea of, it's about a story about a taxi driver, but they're all animals. It's like, oh, that's cool.
Oh my God.
Like we're literally in the era right now of a lot of, anthropomorphized animals, doing really cool, dramatic, stories in anime. So it's it even culturally at the time that this is being done makes more sense for us to accept that so readily.
Holy shit.
What?
I think the twist was literally being told to us in a way that we've never connected before.
What's that?
What's one of the things they had at the very beginning of the show in the first episode? They had Odokawa with this radio show called The Homo Sapiens.
Well, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Why would they be called the Homo Sapiens if they're all animals?
Well,
because Homo Sapiens is the, like, maybe...
It's a technical term for people, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. But it's a kind of thing where I definitely thought about that as well, but it's the idea of that, no, that's something that could have been interpreted as a endearing term of, those people that died out, It's the whole thing that, like, it's the whole thing of where, maybe think too much about the world building, because that's one of the things that these types of shows will sometimes do, is they'll kind of hand wave a bit of the world building, but the more and more that this show made the city and the environment that it was in a part of the world, it was a very specific thing that they're making you try to think about.
Right, but like the fact that you have this radio show basically called Humans.
Yes.
In this show about animals.
Yes.
I can't believe I never made that connection until now.
To be fair though, Homo sapiens is Latin. So it's the kind of thing of like you wear a t-shirt in another language that just says water on it just because it looks cool.
Totally.
Yeah.
But
no, I get you, man. I totally get you. Yeah. It's one of those things that I definitely thought about, like, what was it? I want to say like back in like episode 8 or 7, but it was just like, oh, yeah, sure.
Like,
but like to me, I freaked out like more in my head thinking about the fact that they were eating fried chicken than, like, there's the kinds of things where you're like, oh, Homo sapiens. I'm like, nah, bro, cannibalism. Like we haven't distinguished.
We haven't
any kind of
this,
world building
so,
of the species difference in any way.
Yep.
Therefore, that side of the world building either doesn't matter or it incredibly matters.
Yep.
Thus, fried chicken is the most like what the fuck kind of thing.
No, see, that's how they were seeding that she's the murderer, because she's doing the cannibalistic thing. Well, I mean, even though she's a cat, not a chicken, and all
which
that.
then reverts back once you realize that they're actually people, so it doesn't mean anything.
Right, but
yeah, I get what you're saying.
Maybe it's just, oh, she's a cat, so she likes birds. No, I don't know. But yeah.
Wait.
Chicken is a bird. Yeah.
Well, right. But what does that have to do with murder?
I don't know. It doesn't.
Oh, the natural prey of a cat is basically something that's small and
I don't know.
Fragile and
yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of fun, but not really probably intended at all. But yeah, Odokawa is a fantastic protagonist.
Yep,
they
love him so much.
Nailed the aspect of Otakawa throughout this season, and gave us a character that I will remember for a very long time.
Right,
and I think will be a cornerstone of my like favorite mystery anime I've ever watched.
Also, I want to say the whole red herring thing of the cat and like it actually just being a street cat that's in like his closet. That is probably one of my favorite examples of red herrings in mystery stories.
Yeah,
red herrings.
Because we never saw it there, so there was no true misdirection as to what that was.
But because Odokawa himself wasn't sure, because he sees people as animals, it's something where for Odokawa he's not sure. It makes us uneasy and like nervous and stuff.
Right.
But, it makes perfect sense for it to be something that would be a red herring because to Otakawa it is because he's unwell,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. But all right, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next show's first episode reaction and discussion right now, which we actually, because of how close the poll is, we don't know
it's
what's
going
to win. There's 2 shows that are neck and neck right now, and
maybe one needs to have a late night meeting with the other at a idol agency.
Oh my god. But yeah, if you want to see the first episode's reaction discussion to whatever that show ends up being, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all of this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.